Johnny Depp filed 3 more assignments of errors in the appeal case against Amber Heard. Fuel me once a year, driving instructor of the world. So what does that mean? Assignments of error, again, are where you argue the judge or the court made such an egregious error that it changed or would have changed the outcome of the trial. It would have changed the verdict. According to Virginia's Supreme Court, Amber would have had 10 days to answer this. Johnny filed it on October 21st. The 10 days was up yesterday, October 31st. She didn't file an answer. So let's quickly talk about the 3 assignments of errors that Johnny filed, and then we'll explain them. So this is very interesting in how Johnny filed them. He filed them in case they lose the appeal and have to retry the case back in court. Very, very smart. So that they don't lose and then have to go back and file and try to get a new court. It will automatically go back to a retrial. So the first one was about Judge White, who was the judge of the case before Judge Penny. And he denied an anti-SLAPP defense that Johnny was going to present based on immunity because there would be no malice in any of Amber's statements. In other words, these were defamation by implication, not purposely untruthful. They weren't lies, they just happened to imply Johnny Depp. We'll explain that in a minute. The second one was one we talked about recently. They excluded the testimony of Dr. Kimberly Collins. Amber's team claimed she was only listed as a rebuttal witness, and since they didn't call their witness, there was no rebuttal for Dr. Collins. That was a misstatement. Dr. Collins was never listed as a rebuttal witness. She was listed as potentially being able to rebut certain testimony, but she was also just a straight witness, but she was not allowed to testify. And the third one was about jury instruction C, which they used Amber Heard's language and wording and not the one that Johnny wanted. This is also about defamation by implication. Let's talk about the 3 of these. So the jury instruction statement and the one where the judge assumed there would not be any malice, any lying, was basically because in one of the statements, Amber Heard says, "I became a public figure X number of years ago." So did her filing the TRO make her a public figure who endured abuse? Therefore, just implied that Johnny was an abuser. That's the defamation by implication. Or did she claim the abuse made her a public figure and that's why she filed the TRO? The jury would have had to determine which of those 2 meanings was true. Because if it's the second, she lied and she knew it. Dr. Collins would have refuted Amber's injuries.